Hi there YouTube, welcome to Bearded Backlog, in which I trawl through the depths of my Steam account for all those things that I've picked up over the years through humble bundles and Steam sales and all that goodness that I've never gone and played. So this is the opportunity for me to have a go at some of these games, see if they're worth playing, and well, figure out if they're worth sticking with or not. I'm going to give each game about 20 minutes to convince me that it's worth carrying on with, and at the end of that I'll make a decision as to whether or not I want to continue playing it. So, today we start off with a game called 1000 Amps. I've chosen that largely because it was at the top of my Steam list because of its title. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever what it's all about, so I think the best thing to do is to jump right in. Okay. All seems fairly standard so far. It's an interesting aesthetic. Okay, so we're some sort of repair bot. Hello? What do we do? I have no idea. Let's fall down here. Interesting. Alright, so it seems like we light things up as we stand on them or something like that. I spy a tutorial message. I see. Right. Okay, this is kind of cool. What does that do? That seems to light up the whole room. There's a certain kind of retro charm about this. It kind of feels like an old sort of 90s shareware game, particularly with the sounds. They're quite reminiscent of an old sort of ad-lib soundboard and the crappy sound effects we used to get on that. Questionable jumpy puzzles are also straight out of a 90s shareware game. It's an interesting little mechanic though. I'm quite a fan of games that sort of generate the soundtrack as you play them as well. So I wonder if that's going to get more complex as the game progresses. Okay, so seeds are a sort of win button. Not sure what the mouse is for yet. Got a pretty cursor though. I wonder what these things are. Okay. It sounds like Ode to Joy to me. It's another throwback to retro games' gratuitous use of classical music. Okay, so the stuff you find in a room generates those tones and... Alright, those are one-way walls, huh? So we can't go back that way. Okay. Alright, I'm getting a feel for this. A quirky little puzzle platformer. That's annoying. Jumping out of a room cancels your progress if you haven't finished doing what you're supposed to be doing. Trying to pin down what this reminds me of rather than sort of just generic 90s puzzle platformer. Okay, so how do we get down there? Can we get down there? I'm not sure we can. Okay, let's go this way. Tell you what would be helpful is a map. And I believe, yes, there we are. Oh, there's a big map as well, that's cool. Okay, so let's turn that mini-map on. Okay, not entirely sure how helpful that is, but let's find out. That's awkward. Presumably we can jump... no, we can't. Okay. Just embarrassing myself with these platforming skills. Jumping with WNS isn't great. Would have preferred some gamepad controls, particularly as the mouse control doesn't seem to have revealed it. So, oh, hello. Fair enough. Some interesting mechanics being introduced nice and gradually. Just one to find in that room. I'm guessing those are bad news. Yep. So, what can we do about those? You can fall out the room. Yes, thanks game, I know that you can pause the game by pressing the escape key. That minimap really isn't helpful, is it? This is reminding me of a time that I was playing Angband, one of the well-known roguelikes, and in that game, as you're exploring dungeons, you need to make sure that you have enough torches on hand to be able to see where you're going. Otherwise, it just simply doesn't represent what the pathways and corridors that you're walking down. And on one occasion, I was doing really well, apart from the fact that I had somehow run out of torches in the process of my adventures, and consequently had to find my way out of a dungeon largely by touch. Doing pretty much what I'm doing here, just bumping into walls and... what is that dude doing over there? Just by bumping into walls and seeing if I could work out where everything was purely by smacking into it, basically. There's a thing up there. No, there isn't. It's just the background being a bit misleading. It's very sparse. I know that's probably deliberate, but it leaves the whole thing feeling a little bit dry. not saying it has to be sort of massively colourful or anything, but you know, just a little bit of sort of ambient sound and music might be quite nice. Still, this is still the first 10 minutes of the game, so it's entirely possible that that sort of thing will show up a little bit later. And we'll see how far we get. Okay, another room down. Well, that's not helpful, is it? Not at all helpful. Thanks, game. Alright, guess we're not going that way. Let's try this way. Oh, okay. I think I see how the minimap works finally. It still sucks, but I think I see how it works now. This room, on the other hand, is causing some difficulty because of all those conveyor belts. Oop. I can see this game becoming quite frustrating quite quickly. Particularly when that happens. Okay, we'll solve this. You and me together, we'll get this. Or not. Or we'll get sucked down the side again. Oh, don't make me turn into one of those angry YouTubers. Okay, so up in the corner. There we go. I'm still extremely confused as to basically the point of what's going on, but it's, you know, it's kind of cute. That's less cute. Oh, this is terribly annoying. I'm starting to like you less, 1000 amps. All right. No. My God, that's annoying. This is where I discovered that there's some sort of prerequisite for getting through these rooms that I'm completely ignoring and doing in the wrong order. Still, they should make that a little bit clearer if that's the case. Let's jump this way and see what happens. There we go. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? What's this mysterious background? Tell you what this game is quite good at, it's making you ask questions while you're playing. Such as, what on earth was that? That pillar is upgraded. You can now teleport by clicking on unoccupied spaces. Oh, I can. Okay, so that will make things interesting. So presumably I can teleport there, yep. Right, now things are getting a bit more interesting. Yeah, so that's what the weird background's for. We can't teleport to that because it's occupied. Means we can't get up there either. Okay. Can we jump there? Can we reach that? Not quite. Maybe if we've activated that one as well. No? We can get out of that pit at least. Jump and teleport, it says. Teleport to where? So we can't teleport up there, but we need to get to that place there. How does that work? Ah, we go down there. Cunning. Alright. No. I see it as a compliment that a game makes you go, in surprise every so often. Still not entirely sure if I love it, but, you know, it's interesting. And we go there. Over there. That whole thing with room titles giving you clues is that's very sort of retro. I'm out of battery. Gotcha. Right. Anything else we can do in this room? No, that looks like a dead end. Okay, well, I make that just about 20 minutes that we've managed on that. It certainly seems like an interesting game. I don't know if it's the best puzzle platform I've played, but there's some interesting ideas. The teleport mechanic looks like it could make for some interesting puzzles, but there's some frustrating jumping here and there that, I don't know, you either love that or you hate it, don't you, really? There's a nice aesthetic to it. The black and white look is good. Could do with a bit more sound maybe to make things interesting, but the sort of minimalist thing is quite appealing in a funny sort of way. So yeah, that's something I'd be interested in taking a look at a little bit more in the future. So that's 1000 amps then, which you can find on Steam from the look of things. I think I acquired a copy through a Humble Bundle ages back, but it's certainly in my Steam library right now, so I assume you can still get it on the platform. Alright, so this has been Bearded Backlog. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.